Hello and welcome to the Canwax Creative Space. My name is SJ and I'm the owner of Canwax and your guide for today's video. Today we are making some very simple tea lights with our natural beeswax. It's a wonderful natural wax that gives off a honey-like aroma. Although more expensive than paraffin and soy, it is well worth it if you want a natural candle. So let's talk about what we need for today's project. You can use solid beeswax in the natural color, which is a honey color, or in a naturally filtered whiter version. Beeswax is usually sold in a brick format or in pastels. The wicks we are using today are HTP 73s, which we have at Canwax. Our version has a veggie wax coating and are cut to 1 inch. Normal tea light wicks, like ones you would use for paraffin, may not be strong enough for beeswax as this wax is more viscous than paraffin. At Canwax, we found in our testing that the HTP 73 works very well. But if you are using your own beeswax or from a different source, be sure to test the wicks before large-scale production, as beeswax can vary depending on the source and how much filtration the wax has had. In our testing today, we're going to be using polycarbonate tea lights that we sell here at Canwax. They hold ½ an ounce of wax, and our aluminum tea lights hold 0.35 of an ounce of wax. So let's start melting your wax. We always recommend melting the wax in a double boiler situation, that is a melting pot in some container of water. Beeswax can reach very high temperatures quickly, so when melting, it is important to keep an eye on your wax. We don't really want the temperature to get much above 190 degrees. If it reaches temperatures over this, it could scorch and discolor the wax. You can see here I went over the recommended temperature as I was only melting a small amount, so it did very quickly increase in temperature. So ideally, get your wax up to about 190 degrees and take your wax off the heat, and then we are ready to pour at about 160. I do recommend you get all your tea light cups all lined up before you take the wax off the heat. I'm just making a few tea lights here for demonstration, but you can see that I pour the wax in without any wicks in the cups. I find at the temperature that we're pouring, it often just makes the wax around the tea light wick melt and then they just fall over. So I do wait a little while, don't go too far away because they're likely to seize up before you get back to them, and then put the tea light wick in when it gets a little bit cloudy. If I was doing a large quantity of tea lights, I would have had all my wicks straightened out and just standing beside the cups ready to go. And as always, make sure your wick is centered. Here I want to show you what happens if you pour the wax when it's too cool. The wax itself will cool very quickly and shrink to the point where you can just remove the wax from the cup. Not good if you're transporting them. Also, you'll get skip lines. See those horizontal lines there? That's where the wax is cooled as it's touched the side of the vessel. This will happen with pillars, etc., if the wax is not at the proper pouring temperature. When your candles have cooled, remember to trim the wick and package them with a warning label. We do sell a beeswax tea light starter kit. If you'd like that, the link is in the description below. I thank you for joining me today, and remember to hit the subscribe button and check out our other videos. Cheers!